Hello world, it's Lee Kelson coming to you live from the magnificent Coolum Beach, and I'm here with Ray from Alkira Software. Ray, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you for talking with me today, Lee.
It's a pleasure, mate. It's a magnificent day here and there's lots of people out on the beach, and what a fantastic lifestyle, but also a great place to have a software company.
It's the best place in the world to have a software company, I think. I mean, look, you just can't beat this environment. It's fantastic. So sitting down, cutting code all day, and then at the end of the day, you can just get up and walk out to the beach, and it's just magnificent.
Fantastic. So Ray, give us a little bit of your background. How did you get to the coast, and what's your journey been?
Sure. My background is I was working in IT in Melbourne. I did many startups. I think down there I've done close to 10 startups. Some have done quite well, some not so well. But about 15 years ago, I decided to move up to the Sunshine Coast to semi-retire. So my wife and I didn't have any children at the time, so we thought, what a magnificent place to raise a family. And yeah, certainly no regrets on that front. So that was the plan. And then I guess being the workaholic that I am, decided once I got up here that I couldn't help myself, time to get back in to do another startup.
Yeah. It's a bit like I say to my wife, that's it, no more for me, I'm done. And she says, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I guess they're addictive things, aren't they? Just the passion and energy of a startup, there's nothing like it. And yeah, on the Sunshine Coast, just an amazing place to be able to do it. I feel really fortunate to be able to work here.
It's a magnificent place. So Alkira Software, tell us about Alkira.
Well, Alkira got its start when once I moved up to the coast, I became friends with a blind gentleman who had a massage business, and I was just watching him struggle trying to just take care of the administration side of his business. So do things like, take bookings, do invoicing, those types of things. So I just wrote a little prototype program that allowed him to take care of his business, and to use his words, it gave him a lot of dignity, which is, felt really, really good. And then when I started looking into it, realised what a huge problem it's been since all these essential services that we take for granted and have been really convenient for us, the fact they've moved online. So things like banking and transport and shopping, all these great things that we can do and we can access, blind people just can't access them in an easy and convenient way. So I just thought there had to be a better solution. In this day and age, with the technology where we are, there should be a better solution for blind and vision impaired. They have really just been left behind. So that was the start of Alkira. So I thought, well, I'll come up with something. It'll probably take me like 12 months, and then I'll do it. Well, in point of fact, it turned out to be a really tough problem to solve. It took me 5 years of some pretty dedicated work to get this up and running.
Right.
But yeah, we've solved it, we've got it, and this is really a new paradigm, and it's a new way for blind and vision impaired people to be able to access essential services.
Right. And so, can you sort of dumb it down for me? How does it work?
Well, the way it works is we have some software that has blind people can download, so it can run on their computer or their smartphone, tablet, and they can use that to essentially get access to website information. So our software is smart enough, it goes out to the web, it works out what the important pieces of information are. Because if you think of a website, there's an awful lot of noise. There's a lot of noise along the top, and there's side banners and there's ads. And if you're using technology designed for blind people, first of all, it's hard to learn, difficult to learn, but it's also very, very slow and cumbersome to find a way around, find exactly what it is that you're looking for. So. Right. Our software just takes out all the, there's a lot of smarts in there to just take out all the hard work and just make things really, really easy.
Right. And how have you found being based on the Sunshine Coast and growing that business?
Well, to be honest, I was really concerned to start with. I thought it sort of moved up here. I mean, I've done a lot of work in Melbourne, a lot of work in Sydney. I was really concerned as the company started to grow, as it started to expand. I thought, well, how deep is the talent pool really going to be here on the coast? And to be honest, I've just been blown away by just how many incredible developers there are here on the coast. It's really wonderful. So every time we have a position we need filled, we put the ad out. I mean, and it's easy to draw people up from Brisbane and Sydney as well.
It's pretty tough.
It's a really easy sell,
Yeah.
because we can sell the lifestyle along with the exciting journey that we're on.
Yeah. And how many people do you employ now on the Sunshine Coast?
Well, on the Sunshine Coast, we've got 4 in our team. Our team has just downsized recently, but we're bringing on 2 more on Tuesday. So we're going to have 6 on the Sunshine Coast. And our plan is by the end of this year, so over the next couple of months, probably to go around 15.
Right, okay. And what's your growth trajectory been like over the last, say, 4 I know you say it took you 5 years to actually get it nailed, but what's that growth been like since then?
Well, the vast majority of that time has just been not out in the market. It's just been literally head down. So myself and another developer just head down, just trying to solve the technical problem. So we've only had a commercial company set up about 2 years ago to actually go out into the market and try and sell this to people.
And so bit of your backstory. So you were born in Melbourne. You're from Melbourne originally.
Yeah, country Victoria. So East Gippsland. Yeah.
Okay. And whereabouts in East Gippsland?
Lakes Entrance.
Lakes Entrance. Right. Okay. Well, I mentioned to you my family's all from Maffra and Sale region. I spent some time going to school in Sale, so there's sort of 6 degrees of separation going on there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people we both know for sure. Yeah, a lot of my family's in Sale.
Right. Okay. That's amazing. And so you moved from Sale and moved to Melbourne. Is that where you started your career?
So yes, I moved to Melbourne to go to uni, and that's where I started my career. So my first job out of university was with a startup, and I was the 3rd person to join that startup, and I was with them for about 5 years, and that was eventually acquired by a US company. There was about 30 people, I think, working for the company when I left, and so yeah, it was a really fun journey. I had a really good time, and I think that's where the passion for just working in startups. Yeah. There's nothing like the energy and just the struggle. It's a real roller coaster ride, and I think some people are just really born to it and just love it and thrive from it.
Like you say, the struggle, and that's one of the things, isn't it? It is a struggle. It's a day-to-day proposition of just solving one problem after another problem.
Absolutely. It's just, will the doors be open next week? Have we got enough cash? And you're always looking at your cash and how far we're going to get, and just closing that one deal or the next deal. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So.
Well, I mean, I lived on the Sunshine Coast for many years and ultimately moved away, but now sort of looking at moving back again. But over the last 20 or so years that I've been in and around the Sunshine Coast, I've seen it grow amazingly. And some of the infrastructure that we're seeing now with the smart city and the CBD stuff that's happening, the international airport that's happening, I mean, you would have seen that growth, particularly over the last 5 years.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And it's all great. It's just going to attract more and more talent to the region, which is really, for people doing startups, and you've got the Sunshine Coast Uni, they've got an innovation centre out there. They're just doing amazing stuff. So Sunshine Coast is a real hotspot for innovation, and it's a wonderful place. And as I said, it's a much deeper talent pool. I was just as surprised as anyone else. Just the depth of talent here on the coast is incredible.
Fantastic. So if people want to know more about Alkira software, where's the best place to reach out to you or find more about Alkira?
Yeah, that would be alkirasoftware.com.
Alkirasoftware.com, well done. And you're on LinkedIn?
Yes, I am. Right. So you can find me on LinkedIn.
Okay. All right, Ray, thanks very much for your time today. We're going to sign off from the magnificent Coolum Beach. Keep watching for more stories, entrepreneurial stories from the Sunshine Coast. On behalf of Invest Sunshine Coast, Ray, thanks, mate.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Lee.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.